Good morning, dragons. Welcome back. For those of you that are returning, we haven't seen you guys in months, and the staff and we are so excited to see you. For those of you that are new, welcome to Alconbury. We're excited about this year, and we're in a great place. And so we've got a couple things that I want to be able to go over. First of all, you guys will see Miss Collie. Miss Collie, she is the acting assistant principal, and so you'll be seeing her around in the classroom. And many of you have seen her outside this morning, and so she's going to be helping me out with a variety of different things, and so just be looking forward to that. What I want to do this morning, so here in just a few minutes, your teachers, they're going to be taking a lunch count roll. So if you're planning on buying lunch, make sure you tell your teacher, and then so the AFES food services can prepare. Also, just kind of briefly, if you brought your lunch, great, fantastic. There are some microwaves throughout the school. However, if you're going to use the microwave, you must sanitize your hands before you touch the microwave. After you put the stuff in the microwave, you're going to need to sanitize your hands and sanitize the front of the microwave. So kind of a little bit of a process. But so for those of you that don't know already, high schoolers, you're going to be staying on campus for lunch. So kind of some basic kind of nuts and bolts. And so there's no using the water fountains to actually drink from. You should have brought a water bottle. If you did not bring a water bottle, if you see Miss Bruneau in the media center, she is selling water there. All right, so just kind of some basic nuts and bolts. But what I want to go through is a brief thing about some discipline. All right, it's just really important to make sure that we're all clear about the expectations. I'd like to go over a couple things with that. So just to let you guys know, we have like 3 different kind of categories, and I'm going to kind of go over them so just everybody is really clear about that. So first, category 1's minor infractions, and so this is things like let me start off by this: is that all of you students. I know I'm not preaching to the choir here because you guys are unbelievable students, and I know for 99% of you on 99% of the days here, this won't deal with any of you guys. And so for those of you that are making great choices, please keep up with the great choices. And so we're so proud of you. So as an administrator, as your principal, I'm proud of the behavior and things that go on here. So we've got this category 1, that's being tardy from class and general classroom misconduct, or failing to follow the rules of your teacher. And some classes you may be able to eat, and some classes you don't. So just make sure you listen to your teacher, and they'll kind of give that guidance. And so you want to make sure that you're paying attention to that guidance. And so running, playing, and horse playing, middle schoolers, just so we're all kind of aware, this one is really important for you guys as we kind of transition from the elementary school into the middle school, especially during this time. Social distancing is key. In the hallways, staying 2 meters apart from everyone. Okay, at no time should any of you be touching anyone at any time, or becoming less than a meter apart. So it's about putting your hand out. All right, so dress code violations, things along those lines, and minor disrespect or talking back and whatnot. And so these things here, if any of these things happen, your teacher is going to be addressing you first, and they'll be reaching out to your parents, and they might be even sending you to the counselors, Dr. Ball or Dr. Gunderson. With that, if the behavior doesn't change, then it kind of escalates even a little bit more, and then it comes to either myself or Miss Collie. All right, so and that can be everything from warning to me reaching out to your parents, or detention, Saturday school, or 1 day in school suspension. All right, so the full list of all of this stuff will also be available to you and be sent to you via email, and also to your parents. All right, so then we go on the category 2. These are more serious infractions, and so like using portable devices when you're not supposed to be using them. So some teachers allow devices in classes at certain times. So make sure that you pay attention to teachers about that. One quick thing about headphones. I know that we're going to be doing some technology things. So if you have headphones that can actually plug into a computer, all right, so not a Bluetooth something, we encourage you to put those in your backpack and just make sure you're sanitizing your backpack. I know we don't have lockers, but every single day you should be taking out the books that you don't need and making sure that your backpack is cleaned and that you only have essential items in that backpack. All right, so if you have a pair of headphones, maybe put those in there, and then if we're using a computer where you need headphones, then you can use your own. Okay. Other serious infractions go into like minor vandalism and theft, which is a straight no-go, or leaving school grounds without administrative permission, things along those lines. And so cheating, forgery or falsifying things, or abusive, profane language, those are also in this category. Failing to leave school. So when school gets over, especially during this time, it is time to go where you need to go. And if you don't know where to go, then we can tell you where to go. And that could be either athletics, or if you're staying for after school activities, by the way, which will, after school activities won't start until September 8th. But if you're staying for after school activities, you should be going to those. If you're not staying for after school activities, then you should be leaving. All right. So there's just no congregating at all. Sometimes in the morning when you guys get here, it may be raining, and social distancing is still very, very important. And so underneath the awnings outside of the media center, we have some green spray painted social distancing. And so you're more than welcome to stand there, be able to communicate with your peers underneath those awnings. Also, right outside of Mr. Clausen's room, like as you actually go outside, there's more awnings. We also have social distancing markers there. In terms of the seating arrangements outside, we do have lots of picnic tables, but if you're on the picnic tables with anyone else, people can sit across from you. However, you still must have a mask on. If there is nobody else sitting with you, because you've come to school, actually you're out there for class, or it's 8:05 and you've shown up a little early, you're allowed to sit in those spaces. But if you're sitting alone, you could take your mask off. However, if there are people around, you need to have your mask on. Okay. Which also brings me to the mask piece. Masks are required getting onto the bus, walking into the school, anytime during the hallways, anytime in class in which you are not 2 meters apart, and your teachers will help you with that. All right. So the teachers will be making sure that you are aware of if you're allowed to take off your mask when you are. Okay. And so it's very important to follow the rules for the teacher for the mask. If at any time being uncooperative about a mask, then those things will be sent directly to the office. And so continuing on with this category 2 infractions, so disrupting school activities and defying authority, possessing or using tobacco, cigarettes, stuff like that, smokeless tobacco, vape pens, all of that stuff, and violating attendance regulations. And so I know in here we have attendance regulations, and so if you're not feeling well, Miss Boyette's going to talk to you here in a little bit. But if you're not feeling well, stay home. And if your parents know that you're home, then you're home, and that's okay. But being home and your parents not know that you're home, that we call that truancy, and that's skipping, and that's within this piece. And so within all of those kind of infractions, those things can rank anywhere from after school detention, Saturday school, or work detail. All right, so that could be like doing some things for us and working for the booster club or for our PTO, sorry, assisting at some possible events, in school or out of school suspension, long term, like 2 to 3 day suspension or 3 to 5 day suspension, and or a parent may opt to shadow their child for 1 day instead of a 1 day out of school suspension. And so, students, uh, if we're looking at a 1 day suspension, maybe your parents will be joining us for a day. Okay. Big ones. So this is category 3: severe infractions: causing, attempting to cause, threatening to cause physical injury to another person. So these are big ones. And so this this is fighting. This could even be rigorous horseplay, possessing, using dangerous weapons, bringing a knife to school. So I know that maybe some of you have like little kind of pocket knives or something that maybe your parents are okay with you having, um, uh, maybe at home, but none of those things are allowed here, and so especially in England. Possessing or using alcohol, things like that, illicit drugs, um, robbery, extorting, like these are vandalizing the school, any vandalizing school property, bullying. Bullying will not be tolerated. And so we'll talk more later at a different date about the bullying piece, but that goes on to the cyberbullying, insulting or cursing or gestures or verbally abusing people on social media. Here at Alconbury, we have like a whole kindness initiative that we kind of go through, and so it is absolutely imperative that we all treat each other with respect when we're here. And if you see bullying going on, please contact your teacher or a counselor or come see myself. My door is always open. All right, so I can't stress that enough on how we're an inclusive school, and it's important that we all do our part and make sure the bullying is not in our school. Okay, so other things like arson or having fireworks or explosive devices, those things are all really critical things, and those things can get you out of school suspension or expulsion. All right, so that's kind of the basic overview of our discipline stuff. Next up, we've got Miss Boyette. She's going to be talking a little bit about the COVID-19 and kind of the expectations that we have with the mask and wearing the mask. Also, with the mask, it should not be a distraction. And so remember, no valves or gaiters for your mask. If for some reason you don't have a mask that's appropriate, teachers can give you one, or we have some that we've purchased for you to be able to give to you also. And so, but putting things on your mask or anything that's distracting on the mask is just not the place for school. All right, so off to Miss Boyette to talk to you about some guidelines, health and safety guidelines. So again, welcome, Dragons. We're excited for this year, and we're happy to have you back.
Today I'm going to talk to you about what your day will look like here at school with the new health and safety measures for COVID-19. We have worked very closely with public health and with DODEA headquarters to design a plan that is both doable and safe for students and staff. Um, it can seem a little bit overwhelming, a little bit stressful, but remember, we are all in this together. We are going to be kind to each other, and we're going to learn this process together. So today I'm here to go over what your day is going to look like from a student perspective. First, I want to talk to you about overall good, healthy habits. Number one, sleep. Teenagers, I know that you don't want to go to bed early and wake up early. I know that feels unnatural for your teenager rhythms, but getting enough sleep is really important for your immune system. The second thing is nutrition. It is important to hyper nourish your body. If you like fruits and vegetables, eat more fruits and vegetables. If you don't like fruits and vegetables, try new things. The more you introduce them into your diet, you will be surprised. You will begin to prefer those tastes, and you'll begin to like those tastes. Um, Eat what you like in fruits and vegetables. They're loaded with nutrients, vitamins, and minerals. All very important things to support your immune system. The third thing is water. It's important to get enough water, and you'll notice now that you're wearing a mask more often throughout the day, you may not drink enough water. So you're going to bring a water bottle to school that you can refill. If you forget, you can buy water bottles here, disposable waters here at the school, okay? The fourth thing is managing stress and anxiety. We have great counselors here who can help you. I can help you as well. We are in this together, and we are going to try to keep our anxiety down and support one another through this process. Okay, with that said, I'm going to start with what your morning is going to look like when you wake up. So we're asking all students to commit to pre-screening yourself for symptoms when you wake up. This form will go up for you to see. The first thing you're going to do when you wake up is take your temperature. Here at school we have these really nice thermometers. They're infrared. I just point it and it takes 1 second. My temp is 98.1. 98.1 is a safe temp. If you don't have a thermometer like this at home, you can use any thermometer, but if you wanted to get one, this Google an infrared thermometer. They're about $30 on Amazon. This brand is Burcom. It's a UK brand, I believe, and it's 1 second read. It's really effective. It shows green if your temp is normal, and it will show red if it's not. And the temp that we're looking for a COVID symptom is 100.4 or higher. Okay, so you're going to wake up in the morning, take your temperature, and then assess yourself for a few symptoms. Do I have a sore throat? Not the kind of sore throat that's from having the fan on, or you just woke up. So if your throat's a little sore, take a drink of water and see how it feels in a minute. Is it a really uncomfortable sore throat, or you're swallowing like that? That might be a symptom of being sick and a reason to stay home. Number 3, a new cough, a new uncontrolled cough. So not like your typical asthma or allergy cough that you're used to, something that you have all the time, but we're talking about a cough that is brand new and uncontrolled. That's another reason to stay home. The fourth thing would be you're looking for like diarrhea, vomiting, abdominal pain, and a new onset of severe headache, especially a headache with a fever. And a lot of us get headaches. I do. I get them in the morning all the time if the pressure changes in the air. And that kind of headache without any other symptoms probably isn't a reason to stay home. I'll take my headache medicine and I'll be fine just as I am on any other day. If the headache is more severe or is accompanied by a fever, then that would be a symptom. So you're going through this symptoms checklist, and if you have any symptoms and you're just not feeling well, stay home. Don't come to school sick. I know so many students who are just diligent and really good students, really concerned about their grades, oftentimes will power through and come to school even if they're sick. But in this climate with COVID-19, we're asking that you don't try to do that anymore. If you're not feeling well, if you have one of those symptoms on the form, stay home. That form was emailed out to your parents. You'll see that form again. You only have to do it the one time, and then what you're saying is that you're committing to check yourself every morning for symptoms. Okay, so when you get to school, I want to talk about 5 things, and I made a little flyer to remind us of the 5 areas that we are concerned with while we're in school to protect you and to protect your friends. So you want to check yourself. Am I 5 for 5? Number 1, am I masked up? Number 2, wash and sanitize your hands. Number 3, social distance. Social distancing here at Alconbury means 2 meters plus apart. That's 6 feet or more apart. And number 4 is clean surfaces. And number 5 is to watch for symptoms. Okay, so I will start with masking up. You'll notice that right now I don't have a mask on. The reason why I'm not wearing my mask is because I'm further than 6 feet away from anybody. I'm in my office alone. The door is shut. So when you get on the school bus or when you get out of your car and you're walking toward the school, before you come into the school, you need to mask up. The type of mask you'll need is a cotton mask, a fabric mask, at least multiple layers. We're not allowing the ones with the filter. Those are not considered best practice or the safest. And also no gaiters, which are the neck ones that hang around your neck and you just pull it up. Those are not going to be allowed this year. I'm sorry. All we can do is the ones with the ear loops or the ones with the ties. So I want to go over some mask safety measures, mask etiquette, okay? Number 1, it's best to keep your mask in a bag and have a backup mask for your backpack. Masks are one-day wear, okay? So you'll need multiple masks and you'll need to wash them in hot water and be dried, okay? Before you touch your mask and put it on your face, you want to sanitize your hands. So I'm going to take my mask out of my bag by the loops. You want to avoid touching inside your mask and outside your mask, as the outside of your mask is going to get contaminated. It's going to be dirty. You want to avoid touching it. So you're going to take it by the loops and put it on your face like this. You notice that the mask is secure all the way around. It's not obstructing my vision at all. It's cotton. It's 3 layers. This is what's recommended for you as well. So you will get mask breaks. In some of your classes, you'll notice that you're far apart from your friends, that you'll be able to remove your mask. In other classes, you may not. When you're eating lunch, you'll be able to remove your mask. Earlier I did push drinking more water. So you say, well, how am I going to drink water if I have my mask on? So that's pretty simple. You're going to have your water and you're going to put your mask off to the side. Drink your water and put your mask back on. Anytime I've touched my mask, I want to re-sanitize my hands as best you can. Now, when I go to lunch and I need to remove my mask, what I'm going to do is wash my hands. You'll wash them as you walk into most of your classrooms. You'll wash them as you walk into the gym for lunch or to the cafeteria, wherever you're eating your lunch at the time. You'll wash your hands and then you can take your mask off like this and keep it in your bag while you eat, okay? Maybe it's good to have a couple extra bags in your backpack and your backup mask. After you eat, you repeat the process, put the mask back on, wash your hands. And that's really the best way to keep your mask clean, keep your hands clean, and protect you the best way possible. Teachers will let you know if you're in a space where you can remove your mask for an extended period of time. Number two, the washing and sanitizing your hands. When you're in school, wash you will wash or sanitize your hands at the doorway of each classroom, when you come into the building, when you leave the building, when you go to PE, when you leave PE. You're getting my pattern here. You're going to be washing or sanitizing your hands a lot. It is good to wash with soap and water every so often in between sanitizing, as the sanitizer can build up on your skin. So take that opportunity when you're around a sink or you're using the toilets to really do a good wash with soap and water, the 20 seconds, getting all the areas. Pay special care to like your nails and your thumbs and your wrists. You guys have seen all the hand washing videos so many times. Do it like that, and for the full 20 seconds with warm soapy water, dry your hands well. Do that as often as you can, when anytime you have the opportunity. When you don't have the opportunity, use the hand sanitizer that is placed all over the building and in your classrooms. Number three of your 5 for 5 is social distancing. When you come into the school, you'll notice that there's a white line right down the middle of the hallway. We're going to stay to the right. There's going to be signage to remind you to stay to the right. Our hallway etiquette is changing now. We're used to chatting in the hallways with our friends, catching up, giving each other hugs, linking arms. Maybe we're sharing chapsticks and drinks or snacks. We can't do that anymore. We can't congregate in the halls at all. Hallways are strictly for passing now. Unfortunately, that is how it's going to have to be, and we're going to have to be pretty strict on that policy to keep us safe, because we can't really safely socially distance and speak in the hallways. So you'll notice that you won't even see teachers or staff stopping to talk in the hallways anymore. Hallways are just for passing, and we're staying to the right. Number 4 of your 5 for 5. So you've got mask up, wash and sanitize your hands, social distancing, and number 4 is clean surfaces. When you go into your classroom, you're going to come into a clean classroom. Your classrooms have been sanitized by your friends from the prior period. You are going to have the option to re-sanitize or re-clean your desk area and your chair. You'll use one wipe, and you may use one glove if you'd like to. You use one wipe and one glove if you want to. You don't have to re-sanitize your desk, but if that is your comfort level, you may re-sanitize your desk. So you will sit in your desk. We're not sharing any pencils or pens or equipment or tools at all. We are keeping our things to ourselves. So if you forgot your pencil, you're not going to be able to ask your friend over here to borrow a pencil. So come prepared for school with all the right tools that you need to learn, okay? When class is over, you're going to get up. We have a 10-minute passing period, so there's going to be plenty of time for this. So no need to stress or worry. You're going to get up, take one wipe down your table and chair completely, taking special care not to miss any of the corners. You're doing this for the next person coming in, and they're doing it for you in the classroom that they're leaving. So remember, you're being responsible and doing your part to keep yourself and your friends healthy. Okay, so that was number 4. Number 5 is watch for symptoms. The symptoms that I spoke about earlier that you're going to pre-screen yourself for in the morning: the temperature, the new persistent cough, the shortness of breath, difficulty breathing, extreme tiredness, muscles and body aches, severe headache, sore throat, congestion, runny nose, abdominal pain, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea. Those are all symptoms that need to be assessed by a medical personnel. And so here at Alconbury Middle High School, that's me. You will, if you're starting to feel off or not feel well, something something's bothering you now. Maybe you got a new headache, or you started coughing, or you're feeling hot or flushed. You think maybe you have a fever. Ask your teacher to go to the nurse. Your teacher is going to call me, and you are going to come to my isolation room for me to assess you. My isolation room is to the left of my office by the staff toilet. Don't go in there without me. I will meet you in the hallway after your teacher calls me, and I'm going to have you put on a surgical mask and have you take a seat in there, and I will assess you and determine if your symptoms are appropriate to send you home or not. So if you do have symptoms, don't feel like you can't speak up. Please do speak up. Be familiar with the symptoms. There will be signage around the school. Be familiar. Watch out for yourself. Watch out for your friends. Take care of each other as best you can. And don't be afraid to come to the nurse. Seek medical attention. Stay home if you're not feeling well. And be vigilant at all times with the hand washing, the mask wearing, the social distancing, all of those things. Your five areas to keep you and your friends safe. If you ever have any questions at all, please stop in or call me or email me. Your parents are welcome to do so as well, and I am happy to help. Have a great school year, Dragons. I'm excited to be here to be your nurse and get to know each one of you. Have a great day.